Alright guys, for the first round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Shadow Gardevoir. So that would be a very good start for us, so my opponent does make a swap out into Vigoroth. Due to Vigoroth being an only normal type Pokemon, I do allow my own Toxicroak to come in because Toxicroak does have access to Counter. Counter being a fighting type fast move, will be doing super effective damage against normal types. Right here I do realize that my Counter is doing enough damage so his own Vigoroth won't be able to get to another body slam and do damage against my Toxicroak, so I do just decide to go for the hard farm down, and I do get a bunch of mud bombs charged up. I do know that I will be getting my opponent's first shield there because due to Gardevoir being once again a Shadow Gardevoir, Mud Bomb will be doing way more damage than usual. Gardevoir is already a pretty glassy Pokemon. On top of that, Shadow, that Mud Bomb would be doing a good amount of neutral damage against him. Right here, I do also decide to go for another hard farm down with my Jirachi. Although Psychic types do not very effective damage against Psychic types, Jirachi being a Psychic and Steel type Pokemon, and Gardevoir being a Psychic and Fairy type Pokemon, once again, because of that Shadow, my Jirachi does get a very nice farm down on that Gardevoir. My opponent's final Pokemon is an Altaria. Both of us do have one shield left. I still have my Superior in the back. If I didn't have double moves for my Superior, then I probably would have lost this round, because if my Jirachi does go down right here, then my Superior will be able to come in and throw in the Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace being a flying type Charge move will be doing neutral damage against him, but it seems like my Jirachi doesn't even have to faint right there, but before my Jirachi does faint, he does actually faint my opponent's Altaria there, allowing us to win the first round. Good game to my opponent. Alright guys, for the second round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Shiftry. This is a very bad start for us because Shiftry being a dark and grass type Pokemon, Psychic types do not very effective damage against dark types, and Jirachi being my starter Pokemon for this team, my Jirachi will be getting fully countered by that Shiftry. So I do decide to make a swap out into my Toxicroak because of that, and even worse, my opponent does make a swap out into his Altaria. Good thing I did actually pretend to go for the hard farm down, pretending this was going to be a Sludge Bomb. If I didn't get my opponent's shield right here, I probably would have lost this round because that extra shield did give us the advantage right there. So my Toxicroak somehow manages to get his Altaria to half health there. That is very good. I just had to allow my Jirachi come in because I do know that his Altaria did go for the hard farm down. So if he does throw in a bunch of Sky Attacks will be doing super effective damage against my Superior. The flying types should be being super effective against grass types. But because Jirachi is a Steel and Psychic type Pokemon, flying type moves do not very effective damage against Steel types. So we still have that extra advantage there. I did decide to make a swap out to my Superior because my opponent did make a swap out into a Shiftry. I decided to make a swap out to my Superior because once again, Superior having double charge moves with Frenzy Plant, a Community Day charge move, and Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace being a flying type charge move. Flying types do super effective damage against grass types, so my Superior is my only counter against the Shiftry. So we do get the Aerial Ace off. We do get my opponent's final shield. He does both of us. He does only have one shield left, and I have one as well. We do get hit by a foul play there. I did actually decide not to throw in a shield there because I did think that if he did make you swap out into another Pokemon, that I would have that extra shield. But he does unfortunately get to another foul play there. I did actually decide to throw in a shield because once again, Superior being my only counter against the Shiftry, my Jirachi will not be able to go up against him. And even if he does make that swap out into the Altaria, my Aerial Ace will still be doing a good amount of neutral damage, enough damage for my Jirachi to actually come in and go for the hard flam down. So my Aerial Ace does charge up. I do have to get to that excellent because both of us do have 0 shields left, so I do know that this will definitely go through. It did go through right there, and even better, his Altaria does actually throw in the Sky Attack onto my Superior. So this is better because since Superior is very low and he's not very good against, I do prioritize my Jirachi more than that Superior, so that was very good so that my Jirachi wouldn't be wouldn't get hit by a sky attack. And the moment that you guys been waiting for, that Doom Desire did instantly one-shot that Alolan Ninetales. Alolan Ninetales being an Ice and Fairy type Pokemon, Doom Desire being a Steel type charge move. Steel types do super effective damage against both Ice and Fairy type Pokemon. Because of that, we did instantly one-shot him, allowing us to win the second round. Good game to our opponent. For the third round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Whimsicott. So this is a very, very good start for us, because Whimsicott being a Grass and Fairy type Pokemon, Steel types will be doing super effective damage against him due to Fairy types. Steel types being super effective against Fairy types. So once again, this is a very good start, because not only will we be resisting those Fairy type moves, we will also be resisting those Grass type moves because of Jiraiya's Steel type once again. So my Doom Desire charges up, and boom, that Wigglytuff does get instantly dead, because once again, Steel types do super effective damage against Fairy types. Wigglytuff being a Fairy and Normal type Pokemon, Doom Desire will be doing super effective damage against him. I think my opponent was running a triple Fairy type team, so Jiraiya was instantly going to 1v3 this almost. I actually would have lost her if my opponent did actually decide to throw any shield there, because his Togekiss would have been able to go up against my Toxicroak, and so would my Superior would be, and he would be also able to go up against my Superior. My opponent's final Pokemon is that Whimsicott in the back. He does have one shield left, but I don't even have to throw any shield, because my Superior will be able to come in and go for the hard farm down, allowing us to win the third round. Go game to our opponent. For the fourth round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Clefable. So Clefable being an only Fairy type Pokemon, this is going to be another very good start for us. And once again, even another counter, my opponent does make a swap out into a second Pokemon, an Obstagoon. So that is a perfect time for my Toxicroak to come out, because we will be resisting his Dark type moves. As you guys saw there, Night Slash did not very effective damage, because Dark types do not very effective damage against fighting types. And since Toxicroak has counter as his fast move, fighting types do super effective damage against both Dark type Pokemon and Normal type Pokemon. So we did easily take care of that Obstagoon, and my opponent makes that swap out into that Clefable once again. My Bud Bombs are going to be doing a good amount of damage. I do expect my opponent to throw in a shield for the second Mud Bomb that I am going to be throwing in, because this will definitely feint him from the health that my opponent is at. So as you guys see there, we do get our first shield, and after that I do decide to make a swap out into my Jiraiya and actually go for the hard farm down. He does get to his charge review. I do actually decide to mirror that first shield that he did throw, because my Doom Desire will be able to charge up to 2 stacks, and those 2 stacks will be able to do enough damage to whatever his final Pokemon is. And as you guys see, once again, such a good counter with this team. This team does find so many counters against their opponents. Abomasnow being a Grass and Ice type Pokemon, this Doom Desire will be doing super effective damage against him due to Steel types being super effective against Ice types. We do have to get an excellent on this one, or try to get as much energy off as possible, so then I will be able to get off as much damage as possible. Boom, that Abomasnow is left with 1 HP. He doesn't even try to throw in his charge move right there, because it is already over for him. We do easily feint that Abomasnow, allowing us to win the fourth round. Good game to our opponent. Alright guys, for the fifth and final round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Politoed. So this is not a very good start for us. My Psychic type moves will be doing a good amount of neutral damage, as you guys saw there, but his ground type moves will be doing super effective damage against my Jiraiya due to ground types being super effective against Steel types. So my Doom Desire does charge up. I do know that he will resist this charge move right here, but it will be doing a good amount of damage against him. So my opponent does actually decide to throw in a shield there, so we do have the advantage on shield. I do decide to mirror that first shield that he did throw, as you guys saw there. Just like a few seconds ago, he did throw in a shield for my Doom Desire, so I do decide to throw in a shield for his Weather Ball right there. Weather Ball is a pretty strong charge move. I do think that he is running a water type Weather Ball right there, so my Doom Desire does charge up once again. If I do get this feint off, that will be very good, because I will have the advantage because I will be able to see his next Pokemon. But my opponent does decide to throw in his final shield on my last Doom Desire. I don't actually decide to mirror that shield that he did throw, but instead I do decide to make a swap onto my superior and go for the hard farm down. My opponent's second Pokemon is a Probopass. As you guys see, we will be double resisting all of his moves due to Rock types being not very effective against grass types and Electric types being not very effective against grass types. Boom, that Frenzy Plant did already take away half of his health. As you guys see, that I could make a swap out into my Toxicroak and also go for the hard form down as well, and that is what I decided to do right there. I do have that one shield left, and I do want all of my Pokemon to get off a bit of energy as possible. My opponent's final Pokemon, or second to last Pokemon, is that Politoed. Politoed does get to his charge move right here. I do decide to throw in a shield because I did actually think this was going to be an Earthquake. Earthquake being a ground type charge move will instantly one-shot my Toxicroak, not only because it is a very strong ground type move, but because it will be doing super effective damage against us due to ground types being super effective against poison types. My opponent's final Pokemon is a Superior. That is why I have double moved my own Superior, because I do have Aerial Ace or a flying type charge move for my Superior. So my Mud Bomb will be doing not very effective damage. My counters are going to be doing a good amount of neutral damage. I do know that we will be able to resist his grass type moves due to grass types being not very effective against poison types, and if my Toxicroak does faint here, anything will happen, but I will be able to make that swap out into my Superior, throw in the Aerial Ace right there, and then instantly faint the Superior. Aerial Ace being a flying type charge move. Flying types do super effective damage against grass types. We did do enough damage for my Superior to actually go for the Vine Whip farm down, allowing us to win the 5th and final round. Good game to our opponent. Alright guys, so that will be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please consider dropping a like, subscribing, and turn notifications on. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.